Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So today we'll be seeing out to and the plots basically in the plotly library, right? So we were dealing with the plotly library, and in that we were seeing different types of plot which we can make with the help of the plotly library. Right. So again today we are just gonna do out the same thing, right? Okay, so the two different plots that I'm going to discuss today. The first one is a scatter plot, and the second one is the bubble plot. Now, these two are the plots which are almost similar to each other. There's a slight difference between these of the two plots, actually, right? So that is the reason that I have taken both of the plots together here as well. Okay. Now what we'll be doing is that as we were taking out the data and simply working on that data, so in the same case I'd be taking out that same data and making out the scatter plots and the bubble plots for that particular data. Right, so this is how it is gonna be, and I would be just writing out the code here for the scatter plot and the spaces for this bubble plot. Fine. Let me just go above for a while and let me show you that what are things that we had already done out here. So yeah, we had imported out the plotly.express library as the library that we were using throughout this particular videos for making out some plots with the help of this library, right? After that, we had read out the data, and that data was tips. So these were somewhat about 7 columns, which our data was having: total bill, tip, gender, smoker, date, time, and size. Right? These were the particular like columns which our data was actually having. Right? So okay, I just took out that thing. After that, we had seen out the shape. Then we had even plotted out some bar plots as well for this particular data. Right? Now what we'll be doing out today, it's the turn for the scatter and the bubble plot, right? So let's go ahead with that particular thing only. Let me just come down here and yeah, let me start writing out. So as we already have imported out the data and all those things, so it's not needed to write out again, but let me just give you an idea once again how to put out all of these things. Okay, so this line is exception. If you just want to write out, you can. Otherwise, if you do not want to write it, don't write that again here. Only I'm just showing you to explain you the things in a very easier way, and even to revise out the things that we have already seen in a previous video. Right, so here I'm just writing import, and I will just use here plotly.express express. Okay, import plotly.express as px. Right, so plotly.express is basically a library which we are having here, and px is the short form to this particular library which I have actually given out here. Fine, that is done. Now coming to the new line, I would just read out the data. So let's say df is a small variable which I had taken, and I would just write here px dot data dot tips and the bracket like this. PX is basically the short form of the plotly.express library. Data is basically where we just like when we are having a data, and that data is already into the plotly library. So we just use out this particular command for reading out that data. Right, so I just wrote here px.data.tips. Now tips is my data which I am actually referring to. Fine. We had already seen that what were the columns. I would just not repeat that thing again here. I just do not want to see out the columns again. Fine. Right here. Now what I would just do, I would just take out a variable, let's that is fig. Okay, I would just write here fig is equal to, I would just go on with the px dot scatter. Okay, so px is basically the short form for the plotly.express library, and px I'm just writing here. As we are making out a scatter plot, so I'm just writing a dot and then the scatter. So that means I'm making out my scatter plot. Into the bracket, first of all, I'll be putting out that variable in which I have read out my data. So that is df for me. I just put on that thing. Now, giving some conditions, giving the value for the x, that is onto the x-axis, what value do I want? So, I just want to go into x-axis as total bill. Okay, I just want total bill onto the x-axis. Putting out your comma, I just want to the y-axis. So, onto the y-axis, let's say I just want here as tip. Okay, again putting out a comma. Now, what I would just do, I just can set out a color for this particular graph which would be appearing. So, what I would just do, I would just write here color is equal to, and I would be giving out the color here as day. Okay, so what are the things will be coming out here, that is total bill and tip, the graph between them. So that would be coming into order of the day. Order of the day means that it will be constituting that on Monday this was the total bill, this was the tip, and sorry, on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday and Sunday. This is how it will be going out. Right, so I just put out the color as day. After that, I can even put out the size as well, the size for the bubbles. So in the size of the bubbles, I'll be putting out the column name which is size only. Why? Because as soon as the family size would increase, the size of my bubble would increase, and as soon as my size column value, that is my family size value, will decrease, the size of the bubble will as well, that scatters the bubble, this like circle which will be appearing, the size of that will as well decrease, right? So this is how it actually works upon for the size one. And I could just put out another parameter which is hover underscore data, and I just can put anything here. I just want to put out the gender thing, and I'll just put out the, let's say, time as well. Okay, so these are the things which I just want onto the like scatter plot. And at last I would just write here fig dot show, and I will just put out the bracket like this. Now it's the time for running out the program. So here we go with the running of the program. Fine. So this is our plot which is actually coming, and this is actually a scatter plot which we are actually able to see it. Let me just zoom out one time here. Yes. Okay. So this is how the scatter plot is looking. Onto the y, I'm having a tip, and onto the x, I'm having here as total bill. Now, fine. Here I'm having different days. That is Sunday, Saturday, Thursday, and Friday. 4 different days, so 4 different colors for each and every day. Now have a look at here the bubbles which you are able to see. Those bubbles are somewhat are small and some are actually big. So that why is that so? So that is basically because of the family size, the size column which we have taken. Now if I click on this small size, let's say this one, so just have a look at here, it is showing me that the size is equal to 1. Okay, and now if we just click on this large circle, so now just have a look, it is showing me size is equal to 6. So as soon as the size value for on the column which is size, as soon as the value is increasing for that column which is size, the size of the bubble as well increases, and as soon as the size of column value decreases, the size of the circle as well decreases. Fine, this is the whole idea regarding taking out the different like circles, okay, different size actually. Now let's say this is a whole data, okay, so this is the whole plot. Now let's say I just only want to see regarding only one day. Let's say I just want to only see about the Friday. Then how will I be able to see? Differentiating all the purple colors is a little difficult task here, right? Because that's, yes, that's a difficult task. So how will I be able to do that particular thing? So I would be whatever the things I just want to remove, like whatever the days I want to remove out, I would simply one single click on that particular day. Now just have a look, that blue color, that was Sunday, has been removed. I would click on red as well. So now Saturday has even been removed. I would click on this green as well. So Thursday as well is also removed. Now only I am left out with Friday. So now you can just completely and clearly visualize for a particular day. Now let's say I just want Saturday. So I would just now once again click on Saturday. So Saturday would be back here. So this is about the Saturday. I want Sunday as well to see. Blue color is as well back, and I want Thursday as well, so I just click on that, and yeah, this Thursday is as well back here. Later, this is how this particular plot actually works out. Hope you just got the idea, right? Now let's quickly make out the thing for the bubble plots. In bubble plot, there's a very slight difference for making this out. So what I would just do, I would just simply write here fig is equal to, I would write px dot is scatter. Okay, yeah, that also comes into the scatter plot part only. Okay, that is the reason I'm just covering it here itself. So df was a variable in which I had put out the read out my data which I just wanted to plot the plot for. So df comma, I would just go for the x column. So onto the x, I would just write here total underscore bill, my column name. Okay, total underscore bill. Putting out a comma, I would just take the things for the y. So for y, I'm having here as tip, right? So the same one. For size as well, I just want to give out the size column name only which we have into our data. That is absolutely okay. What about the color? So onto the color as well, I just want to give out that day only. That is the same thing. And what about the hover underscore name? So hover, okay, not that. Before that we are, yeah. So that is hover underscore name. And here I just want to give out that gender column. So I would just write that thing particularly here, and putting out a comma, I would just write here log underscore x, and I would just set that as true. Okay, now coming on to the new line, I would just simply write here fig dot show and put out the brackets like this, and now I would just try to run it out. Okay, so okay, double I is not defined. Yeah, that's absolutely good. Let me remove one I from here, and here we go. Fine. So fig dot show is actually made out here. Now just have a difference. Now look at the difference for both the plots. See here, what is the thing, that all the like bubbles which we have made out, that's coming in between, right? Now here they are coming at a separate place. Why? Because now just have a look onto the downside thing, right? Just have a look onto the downside. See here, you can actually move it accordingly, accordingly to any of the places, right? It is actually having an interval of 1, then 10, then 100, and then it goes up to 1000, and the interval is divided like this only in the bubble plot. But in the scatter, it was not the same thing. It was divided into the terms of some particular values, right? So this is the only difference in the scatter and the bubble plot, which I just wanted to show you. And rather than that, everything is absolutely same. If I just click on any of the days here, it will actually remove out that particular column, and it will give me the particularly day which I'm just looking for. And the information which I'm just getting here is for what's the gender, what's the day, the total bill, tip, and the size for the family, right? These are all the informations which I am actually getting out from this plot. That is absolutely okay. Only the difference is for the interval. Other than that, in the bubble plot and in the scatter plot, there is no such of the difference, right? So hope you just got the clear idea that how we can actually make out this plots for any of the particular data, right? I just told you how to set out the x and y columns, the color, the size, all the things. So now you can just apply this onto any of the data whichever you are having, right? So hope you just enjoyed out this video. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.